Okay, excellent. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Moonday Morning Ritual. I thought I was quite clever with Moonday. Um, all right, I've got my coal here that is almost finished being lit, and then as soon as that's done, we're going to get 100% started. So if you don't have your supplies, recommended for today would be some water. Spring water is really good. I am using actually waterfall water from a local waterfall. And okay, cool. You'll want a bowl of some sort. And if you have a flower, excellent. If you don't have a flower, just grab like a crystal or something that you can work with and charge for your own purposes. This is the flower I'm going to be using. It's right here.
Yeah.
Super lucky that, here we go. All right, so super lucky. There we go. See if I can get both videos. This Camilla flower was like the last beautiful, perfect one on the bush. Like this morning when I went out, like every other one was like falling apart or yellow. Awesome. Okay, cool. So with all that being said, I'm gonna just move this candle up here, and that way I don't light myself on fire. Okay, so the thing I wanted to start with was we're actually going to pull a card from the Mermaid and Dolphin deck because I thought an affirmation would be a great place to start, and then we're going to move in. Also, if you're doing your ritual for more than just you, so if you're including family members or a friend or loved one, maybe grab a Sharpie or pen. Or if you're working with crystals, grab an extra one because we're going to remove a few of these petals for each of the different people that we're going to be doing the magic for, and then we're going to use the rest of it for ourselves. All right, so let's see what card we get. Oh, nice. Yes. Okay, perfect. Every once in a while you get like a kind of an odd, doesn't really fit type of oracle card, but this is perfect. So first off, it's 33, which info in my new book coming out, but 3 is a big number connected to water. And it is the beluga whale. Sorry, okay, let me do this camera first and then I'll come up for that camera. So this is the beluga whale, and here you go, put up there. And the message is begin whatever you dream of now. How perfect. That is so perfect. So begin your dreams now. Don't wait, don't put them off, begin it now. I think that that's like so perfect, especially since we're all in quarantine. I know that a lot of my creative friends are struggling with their creativity. Now is a great time to really evaluate your life and kind of decide like what it is that you like or don't like. I know being in quarantine has given me a lot to stop and think about, and like, what is it that I miss? What is it that I don't miss? What is it that I can do but I'm not doing right now? Because that makes, that informs a lot of your practice, what your passion is. So, all right. Anyways, moving on. We are going to be not use, oh, there's a teensy bit left of my healing incense. So I should be getting it soon. Last week, I bit the bullet and I ordered more Star Child incense. So I've got a little bit of healing there. This one. This is good. All right. So I'm mixing a healing blend with my Sea Temple blend. All right. There we go. I'm all set up. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with a small little grounding exercise, just because I feel like all of us are probably, I'll take those off, there we go. I think that all of us are probably a little ungrounded right now. I know I am. So let me move this camera just a titch. There we go. Okay. So, why don't we all close our eyes? Okay. Find a place where you're nice and comfortable, or if you're not comfortable, adjust, get yourself nice and comfy, and focus just on your breath, just breathing in and out. Nice long inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. All right, so as you continue your breathing, find a nice rhythmic pace that works for you. And in your mind's eye, just clear it. Don't worry about what you're going to do tomorrow or after. Just focus on right now and let your mind be blank. Now, bring your attention to where your feet or your hips or your body is touching the ground. Find that connection. Okay. Now, at that connection, begin to let roots grow out. Let them grow out of your body, whether that's your feet or ankles or hips, or if you're laying through your shoulders. And let those roots begin to grow down deep into the ground. As they grow deep into the ground, feel that connection between you and the earth. Let the roots expand down deeper into the earth, breaking through the ground and finding deep, dark caverns to explore. As those roots grow down deeper, curling into the ground, bring your attention now back to your crown. Focus on your mind and the energy that is maybe swirling around or is funky, or just that anxiety and grief that we're all going through right now. And when you find it, begin to let it sink down out of your mind and headspace, flowing down your body, through your spine and ribs, nestling down into your hips and shooting out each of your legs, finding one of those roots that's connected deep to the ground and connecting it with that energy and letting that energy just flow right out of you into the earth. Now bring your attention to perhaps part of your body that's maybe stiff or is holding pain or anxiety or frustration or anything that doesn't serve you. You know where it is. Maybe you hold it in your shoulders or in your lower back. Identify that and let it turn into a ball and send that energy again down, out your roots and into the ground, deep, deep, deep into the ground. If you have any other places or energy blocks that you know of or you are feeling right now, go ahead and focus your energy on that. Ball it up and send it out your roots. And continue to do this for everything that you identify that is not going to be in your space right now. And when that's all finished, bring your attention back up to your crown. This time, look up into the heavens, reaching your arms in your mind's eye, or if you'd like to do it, reach them up like a chalice into the sky. And imagine a beautiful silver rain, beautiful watery energy coming from the celestial sky and filling your chalice, filling your arms, bringing it into your crown, and filling your body up with this pure, wonderful celestial waters. Let that water flow just a little bit down into your roots as well, but not too far. Continue to fill your body and your mind and your energy and spirit with this beautiful celestial water. Before you close off to the celestial waters, bring your attention back down to your roots. Let them begin to curl and shrink back up through the earth, through the dark caverns, through the floor, and back into your body, connecting you with the ground, but also disconnecting you from those deep earth energies. Seal off each of these roots so that you no longer leak energy or send energy into the earth. And once again, reach up into the heavens and invite those celestial waters to come down, to fill your chalice, raining down through the top of your head, filling your body, raining down, touching your skin, your shoulders, your hair, all the way down to your toes. And then bring your attention back to your crown and seal it back up. Close the energy and that connection with the celestial waters. And bring your attention now back to your breath. Focusing on long inhales and long exhales. And when you're ready, go ahead and give your shoulders a little roll and those hips a little wiggle. And if you're standing or sitting, give your toes a little wiggle. All right. And welcome back, everyone. And I'm sorry about my dogs. They were very distracting. I thought about getting up and going to let them out, and then I just thought, you know what? It is what it is. There's a man that runs every day, and they just think that he's the most evil thing on the face of the planet. And so whenever he runs, they have like just panic attacks or something. Um, so, but they should be quiet now. We'll see. All right, so hopefully everybody's feeling a little bit more grounded and not too distracted by my dogs. So let's move into the ritual. What I would like you to do is first off, grab your bowl. Okay, I'm assuming that this is a bowl that you've worked with before, so maybe it's clean. Making sure mine's clean. There we go. Got a little bit of dust in there. Make sure it's clean and consecrated, but this is the bowl I'm going to be using today, one of my favorites. And interesting fun fact, the lady that makes these for me, her name is Diane Waters. And Diane is Diana is a goddess, often associated with the moon. And of course, her last name was Waters, and her shop is called Muddy Waters. So when I found it, of course, I was in love. So, all right, so this is my water jug here. This was given to me by a student of mine that is in our local coven that she collected at the Wakena Falls, which is local. So I'm just going to be filling my bowl. All right. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to place it over the water, and you can give your own personal blessing. But what you want right now is to be focusing on sending these intentions of love and happiness and healing and abundance into your life. So we're going to just charge the water with that. I'm going to place my hand over top here. And feel free to say your own words at home. From the celestial waters above and the subaqueous waters below and the waters of this middle realm, I ask for your blessing onto this water. I ask that you bring in this abundance and beauty and love that the world so needs right now. Great water goddess Sulis, Morgana, water spirits of the deep, water spirits of the celestial realms, please be welcome in this ritual. Please bless us all here in this space as well as across the world. Everybody that is here in this ritual and everyone that they have in their hearts, as well as the names of people I will lift up in a moment as well. I'm putting a pentagram in the water there, and I'm going to set it aside for now. All right, now I'm going to be picking up our flower, and we'll be holding this and doing the same. Water spirits from the celestial realms and the subaqueous realms and this middle realm, I ask for your blessings upon this beautiful bloom and on this ritual. Please bring abundance and love and happiness and peace and healing and positivity to everyone here. May the work we do today send out ripple effects across the world. May it bring happiness to the broken heart, healing to the sick, prosperity to those who lack. So let it be. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off the bottom or back petals if you can. And I'm going to place them here. Each one for a different particular person that I am working for. So if you have one person, just pull one petal. If you have 10 people, just pull 10. If you have nobody, what you can do is pull a petal for each of the things you wish to bring into your life, like happiness, one petal, prosperity, one petal. Okay, now I'm gonna just quickly jot some names down on these petals. You can do the same, or you can just charge them, and I'm gonna charge them as well. So the first one for me is lovely Saramis. So I wrote her name on this petal. I'm going to do the same. And she asked to be remembered today. Great Goddess Sulis, Morgana, Melusine, all the water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring your blessings upon Samaris. Please bring her healing and happiness and health, abundance, and love. So let it be. I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it in the bowl of water so that it's floating just like this. Okay, we'll be doing that for the rest of them. Okay, this one here is for a friend of mine named Kimberly. And I have many friends named Kimberly, so this is a local friend named Kimberly. Sulis, Morgana, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring Kimberly not only peace and happiness, but passion and a new drive for life, and beautiful, divine, and sacred love. So let it be. All right, so the next person. You've got family members, you can just add one for each family member, or anybody that you work for regularly. Sulis, Morgana, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring prosperity, abundance, happiness, remove depression, and bring in passion. So let it be. All right. Got just a few more here. Okay, these last names I'm not saying out loud for personal reasons, but Sulis, Morgana, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring love and deep healing, strength through transformation, strength through newness, blossoming, beautiful motherhood. So let it be. Okay, so if you guys are finishing up your own, please go ahead and finish. I've got two more here, and then we'll move on to stage 2. Okay. Morgana, Sulis, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring a grounded presence, a desire to learn, a desire for happiness, desire for love. So let it be. Last one. Morgana, Sulis, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, I ask that you bring about passion, prosperity, the spark of divine inspiration, the Awen. So let it be. Okay, we're going to move on to stage 2. If you didn't have anybody that you were working with or working for, then you may have already done this. If not, then let's just move forward with it. All right, everything else that you wish to bring into the ritual, gently just removing the bottom petals again. Okay, what we're going to do here is write the words love, prosperity, happiness, whatever it is that your intent is, and leave one extra petal. So, and we'll come back to that one extra petal, but for this one, it's happiness. And this one is love. And this one is healing. And abundance. Prosperity. And our last one. Okay, so the last one here, I want you to, if you have a marker, close it for a second so that your thing doesn't dry out. And just for just a few moments, I want you to focus on what you can give back. So we're asking for so much right now, right? We're asking for love and peace and happiness and all of these things. But I want you to think of one thing that you can give back. You may already give back, and so you can work your regular offerings into this. And we are going to be offering something from this ritual out to the water spirits. But I just find that in rituals and working with spirits and deities, that reciprocity is really important. So instead of just showing up at the water spirits' doors and saying, knock, knock, hello, please give me all these things, we're going to show up with, hey, knock, knock, hello, I would like to receive these things. So this is what I would like to give back. So think of something and either a symbol or a word or an intention and go ahead and write it on here. Beach cleanups and stuff like that are really hard right now because we can't get out. So it may just be something like for 7 days, I would give, blessed water offerings to the land. It could be something real simple like that. So contemplate that for a few minutes and then jot down what that word is. And when you have that word written, charge it. And then what you can do is blow on it to kind of put your own essence onto it and to kind of bring that thought out and into the petal itself. And then when you're done, place that in the bowl as well. So far, this is where we're at. Got all the names written on all the petals, and they're in our bowl. Okay, the last part here that we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of our flour, which it might now be falling apart a little bit because we pulled petals off, so be careful. And we're going to take a little vision journey with this. So place it in your hands and find, again, a nice comfortable position. And um, the logging trucks apparently are like also very loud today. So if they happen to come by during the meditation, I want you to think dragons. Okay? Dragons are flying around all over. And if the dogs start barking, we've got the hellhounds from the other world, giving their messages to us. So you can weave those into your own meditation if your brain starts kind of going haywire because of extra sounds and stuff like that. It always happens during ritual that we end up with like in-person ritual that some ridiculous truck drives by right in the middle of meditation. So I'm always like, and the dragons are flying. So, all right. So you're going to hold this flower, and this flower now is you. It's going to represent you. Even if you have your name on a petal in the bowl already, that's okay. This is you, and cup it like this so that you can see that you are not only in the chalice, this little chalice hand here, but the center of this, you can dip a little bit of water into it, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it also holds. So often we're chalices, right? We are beings that are full of water. And when we give and give and give and give and we pour out, then it goes out to the world for really good reasons oftentimes, especially if you're a ritualist or a spell worker. But something that we don't do often is fill our own cup. And that's really important because the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, is so true. Okay, so let's hold this. Let's close our eyes and let's fill the chalice. Let's be in the chalice for just a moment. Begin by focusing on your breath, finding a nice rhythmic pace. On your next breath, I want you to bring your attention to your mind's eye. Clear it from all distractions. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to visualize just darkness. There's no light, there's no pictures. Any sounds you hear, you just dismiss and let flow away. As you're staring into the darkness, in front of you, you see a tiny pinprick of light. Let this light begin to grow bigger and bigger. And as you watch it, you can see a beautiful silver moon-like disc begins to emerge, surrounded by darkness. Soon you see teeny tiny pinpricks of light all around, and you can see the constellations in the sky and the moon up above. You dig your toes into the ground and feel mud and grass, wet with dew, surrounding your ankles. As you're pondering the sky and the ground beneath your feet, you hear the tiniest trickle of water. And so you decide to move towards the sound. And as you move towards the sound, it becomes much louder. And soon you can see the water dancing along a riverbed, with the moon reflecting on its surface, illuminating parts of the river. You decide to follow the river upstream to its source. And so you begin to follow left and right, winding through fields and stone and mountains and hills, through forests and meadows, until you reach the point where the river has turned a little bit more into a stream, and you can see the source, a tiny trickle of water that bubbles out of the side of a rock. But it's no ordinary rock. Around it, you see carvings with sacred symbols carved deep into the stone. You decide to sit next to this water source, the spring that feeds the river, the tiny trickle of sacred water coming out the sides of the rock. And as you sit, beautiful lady emerges from the stone. She's clothed in brightness. Her skin is luminescent. She has long golden hair. She looks human, but you know she's not. And silently she comes to where you're sitting, reaches into her pocket and pulls a small vessel out. She begins dipping the vessel into the water and pouring it on your feet and hands, washing them. Finally, she takes a scoop of water and pours it over your head, cleansing you with the sacred waters from the stone. She then hands you a beautiful silver pitcher, carved with all sorts of beautiful motifs and sacred symbols. She goes to the source of the water where it flows from the rock and fills this vessel directly from there. She brings this vessel over to you and says, "Fill your cup with the sacred life-giving waters of the Earth Mother." And so you take the pitcher from her hands and you begin to move it close towards your mouth as if you're going to take a sip. But when you gaze into the pitcher, you see it's not just water, but below the surface are images. And you grab the vessel with both hands and you begin to gaze deep within the vessel, scrying messages from the other world. You see the things that feed you. And every time you see what feeds you, you bring the vessel to your lips and take a sip. And when you see that something doesn't feed you, you take the vessel and you pour it out. onto the earth, giving that energy to the plants, but also removing it from your body and letting it free. Perhaps someone else will take that because maybe it will feed them. You continue to do this, sipping in what feeds and pouring out what does not, taking note of each and everything. And when you have poured out or taken the last sip from the vessel, you return it to the water spirit that came from the rock. She places it back where she found it and reminds you that this place, this water, sacred water, this life-giving force, this magical scrying water is here for you anytime you need to either pour out that which doesn't serve or bring in that which nourishes. When you've forgotten how to nourish yourself, return to this place and drink the waters of inspiration, of Awen, of the divine goddess, of the water spirits. Your time now is coming to an end. And so the spirit once again walks towards the rock where the water flows forth. She places her hand within the water, soaking it, cupping the water, and bringing it back to you for one final sip. This time she holds her hands cupped, holding this water to your lips, and you sip the water. When it's finished, she takes her wet hands and she places them on your heart center. She moves her fingers in sacred symbols and patterns, carving them into your chest, blessing them with water as she goes. And you know now that your time with her is finished, and she's given you a great gift far beyond the sight of the water and the healing and the abundance and the energy of filling your cup. But she's gifted you with more, a sacred symbol, something for you to hold on to keep, to help charge your energy over time. And soon you see her begin to move back to where the water flows from the rock. And in a blink, she's gone. And you're left with just the water. And so you begin to follow the water again downstream through the thin brook-like energy to a deeper, thicker creek. And again, even deeper back into the river. You wind right and left, back and forth, through the mountains and the forests and the meadows, back to the place where you first saw the moon and the stars hanging in the sky. You once again return to the meadow where the mud and dew-soaked grass cover your ankles. And you look back at the stars in the sky, trying to trace the constellations. But it's too hard, for each light is blinking out slowly, one and another, until all that's left is the silver disk in the sky, which you blink and rub your eyes and see too that it is fading, shrinking slowly back into just a tiny pinprick of light. And then in just a moment, it's gone and you're left in darkness. And so you bring your focus back to your breath, the inhales and the long exhales. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, give your neck a little roll from right to left. Shrug your shoulders and wiggle your toes. Roll your arms and shoulders and flutter your eyes open and come back. All right. Welcome back, everyone. All right. So now we're just going to take our flower and place it in the water. If you had any sacred symbols or messages that you would like to put into the pen, onto the petal with the pen into the water, you can also do that. I actually had 3 fall off, and so I'm gonna do that real quick. If you didn't get a sacred symbol, then maybe you got a word. So, all right. Uh-oh. Got marker on me. All right, when you're all finished, we're going to finalize the ritual here by bringing this bowl up, placing your hands on top once again, and you can put that sacred symbol here. You can draw a pentagram if you'd like, or whatever sacred symbol you work with. And last time, just bringing all those energies, bring all of the things that you felt, all of those wonderful delicious, good vibes, the love, prosperity, healing, health, anything that you're particularly feeling, bring that up, feeling it in your body. Bring it up with a nice deep breath of air and blow it out onto the bowl. When you do that, make sure that the water feels the vibration, that you actually disturb the surface of the water. We'll do that 2 more times. Focusing on those things, bringing them up, and blowing them out. And last time. All right. Morgana, Sulis, Melusine, water spirits from the realms unseen, we thank you for your presence here today, witnessing our rites. We thank you for bringing your energy of healing and love and passion. We thank you for all that you've done and all that you will do in humble service to the waters. So mote it be. Okay. So your final step for ritual when we're finished is to go outside to a place either in your yard, near your sacred water spot, wherever it is that you would like. If you have an outside shrine, that's a perfect place. And then you can pour the water, including the petals, out into the earth. A running source is best, but I know right now that we don't always have access to that because of life and where we are. So if you don't have a running source, that's okay. Just gift it to the earth where you can. And I'd like to just finish. The live stream will kick off in probably about 5 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and play the singing bowl, and then we will finish. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in this ritual. We are officially finished. So I'll put my glasses back on so I can see you guys. Hello, everybody that joined. Welcome, welcome. Although we're getting ready to be done here. So yeah, here is the finished bowl here. I'll take a picture too so you guys can see it. I'll probably flip over a couple of the names, but I will definitely take a picture for you guys so you can see it. Thank you so much for joining me and for putting up with my dogs there in the beginning. They quieted down, which is a really good thing. I don't know if I'll be back next Monday. I will put an event page up if I'm going to be doing this again. I have a feeling that I will. It might not be Monday morning, so just look for the events. And questions, comments, concerns, feel free to send me an email. Requests also, feel free to send me an email, watersofAvalon@gmail.com, or you can find you can find me on social media. So thank you, Instagram, for being here and joining. I appreciate it. Sorry I looked at this screen a little bit more than you guys. I'm getting used to it. But the live stream will be live for the next 24 hours, so you're welcome to jump on and do it again. And I'm going to do my best to upload this and maybe edit the dogs barking so that you guys can maybe use it again. But I will do my best. So, all right, you guys. I will be on again Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard, doing readings. And for those of you that joined me, look, I got a new own bag. So really excited there. Um, oh, look at that. Oh, I have a chat box over here that I didn't even know about. Yay! Oh, good. I'm really happy that everybody enjoyed it. Good. So, join me on Wednesday morning for card and OM readings, and be looking for more rituals and classes. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut down, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.